Hey y'all, it's Christy with Teadoddles. I'm back for another video. Yes, it's been another month. Not intended, but life here lately. Um, so I'm going to talk about my goals for this year and some upcoming things in the shop and everything. So first, I'd like to say welcome new subscribers. Welcome back, subscribers. I'm happy to have you here with me in my maker shenanigans. I do consider this a maker channel because I like to make things. I like to do the sewing things, the yarny things, and the DIY things. So you will see a little bit of all of that here on this channel. Although the yarny things seem to take over most of the time. My sewing is shop related here lately. Anyway, if you like to make things, you might like it here. So here we go. Goodness gracious, I need some more coffee, even though it's well afternoon. I think it is. I don't know what time it is. Drinking out of my farm hair don't care mug. And no, I don't live on a farm. My mom gave me this mug, and she doesn't live on a farm either. Just liked the mug. Speaking of hair, yes, I have a haircut since the last time y'all saw me. And I did dye my hair. It picks up a little bit. You probably can notice it's reddish. It's got this deep burgundy or something like that is what it's called. It looks brighter in the sunshine than it does if I'm just in regular light. So it's kind of weird like that. But I just decided to try something new. And I kind of dig it. My friend and I dyed it with a $7 bottle of hair dye from Walmart. So nothing fancy going on here. Just trying things out. I do like the haircut. Of course, my hairdresser always does a fabulous job. I didn't wash it this morning. So this is more of the straighter style of it. I have some waviness that happens when I let it air dry. So anyway, how y'all been doing? Did I make it through the end of the year and all the holidays and everything just fine? I did. Although I had 3 weeks off from school, I did not accomplish near what I thought I would, which is what always happens. I just am exhausted at the end of the year, and I need a lot of downtime, and I'm still working things out in life, right? Oh, more coffee. So today I'm going to talk about some my goals for the year and things going on in all my groups and all that good stuff. I did have a giveaway in the last video, and as soon as I drop off of here, I will pick a winner for that and be emailing y'all. I meant to do it before I started this video, and I didn't do that. That's just... It's okay. I'm gonna pick them once I get off of here. Guess I gotta get this video to my son to edit, and then I'll pick the winner for that. I do have another giveaway at the end of this video, so stick around for that if you're interested. Yeah. So I have 2 groups going right now. If you did the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge, which was hosted by me and Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to link that down below. And we archived that group because we both don't have time to do that this year. So, but I did send out the prize to the winner for that quarter of that group. It was fun to do, but I have so much other stuff going on, and so does she. We can't do that this year. So, but I do have the Teadoddles Makers group still. In that group, you can post whatever you're making, right? It's sewing, DIY, yarny stuff. If you garden, if you bake, whatever you create, you can share in that group. Now, I hate it when that happens. Anyway, I do make I have a maker stash down that's going along in there, and I'm giving challenges each month this year. I don't know that I'll do a blog post each month like I have done in the past, which I didn't do last year, but maybe the first quarter of the year or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But I will the challenge this month is organization, organizing all your maker supplies and organizing your even if you just got a little corner or if you've got a whole room like I do. That's the challenge this month. And I'm going to be doing a live video in that group at the end of the month to talk about what I did throughout the month over there with people, and if people have questions and that kind of thing. So if you like that sort of thing, you may want to join in that, and I will pick a winner each month from people who have interacted in the group to receive a $20 Amazon gift card. And that is provided by me, by no one else, not associated with Amazon. I have to say that for legal reasons. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. I pick it at the end of the month. I did get behind last year on that, and I missed a bunch of months. But I'm working on staying on top of it this year. Last year was, like I mentioned before, just one of those years, one of those times. So, but I have started organizing. You may notice if you've watched me for a while, a little different in my shelf back here. I've went through and organized all this. This fabric here is all leftover fabric from mini maker clubs the past 2 years. So you can expect to see in the shop some bigger bags out of those fabrics. So if you like them, you should go check it out. And actually I have to wait before I say that. I say that and then I've got to wait a minute. Y'all, I should have wrote down stuff because I'm a little mixed up. Let's continue on what I was talking about so I don't get distracted. So check out the Teadoddles Makers group. All those links are down below. The other group that I have going on is for the Cozy Murder Mystery Cow. I'm doing another one this year. Last year I did blocks, crocheted blocks. They were granny square blocks with a twist, the patterns. I did post earlier this month the joining pattern for that. So if you missed last year, you can go check that out. This year I'm doing a row by row African instead of the blocks. As a matter of fact, I posted the first 11 rows yesterday. So, and I have my little swatch here. I'm gonna make a whole blanket. I had to do this so I could get get everything posted. So with the Cozy Murder Mystery Cow, I post a Cozy Murder Mystery to read each month and patterns for the row by row this year. The way I have this pattern made up, you can I give you instructions in the first post. You could do like a really long scarf if you wanted to. My written instructions will be for a lap can that is about 60 by 60 inches. But you can you can adjust the size, whatever you start with, you can adjust, and then you can work the pattern that way. So you can make it bigger if you want to. You can make it longer, you can make it wider. I gave you instructions in there for how to do that. So this is the width. This would be the scarf width if you wanted to do a really long scarf. It'll be about 60 inches long once you get done, unless you take out some of the rows. This is the first 11 rows right here. This first few rows are what's called a wedge stitch. I did it a little different, only that typically a wedge stitch, you put your stitches in that single crochet that's created when you're doing it. I put it between my stitches, so it gives it a little more openness there. Not much, but it just looks different. And then this is really just double crochet and some front post double crochets. So that's what that's got. I did front post double crochet on the front and the back. The front and the back row of crochet, so that's why it gives it that ridge look right there. Okay, so this is the beginning pattern, and if you're doing a scarf, this is the width for the scarf. I think I have enough yarn to do the scarf and the lapkin. So I may just cut this off because this is just easier to do when I'm figuring out the pattern, so I don't have to rip out so many. Because if you go back and forth along the long width and you decide you don't like something, you got to rip out a bunch of stuff. So this is easier to do to figure out the pattern because I don't do the patterns in advance. I know a lot of people who do these, they plan it like a year in advance and they do all that, but I just don't have the time to do that. So I just do it as I go. That's okay. But the yarn I'm using is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I got this on clearance and then one of their big sales. I'm using this one, which is Ocean Teal. It's kind of a super washed kind of feel to it, vintagey feel. And I'm using this one, which is Teal Tweed. It's got some speckles in it. You can see them kind of there. Then I have one more that I'll be alternating with it, and this one is Dream and Aquamarine. So this one's a little, you can see it's a little different than this. Those are very similar in color. They just have a different, the way the color is put on is different. So that's the colors I'm using in my blanket. And I will be making a blanket, like I said. I gotta sit down and do my rows for my blanket too. This is just easier for me when I'm writing the pattern. And plus, I'll have a scarf at the end too. I'm pretty sure I got enough to do both. So, if you're interested in that, go check that out. I do give out a prize every month over there if you share your finished rows. What do you call it? Did I say I was going to do a live in that group too? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. I like to do more discussing about the book and stuff in the group because that makes it more fun. It's a mini maker bag that I buy fabric for. Last year I found some fingerprint fabric and some fabric that looked like blood splatter. And that's what I made. I want to try to find something different. I haven't found something yet that will really go along with the theme. So I'm still looking for that. And that happens. Sometimes I get a month or so behind before I find the fabric, the perfect fabric. It's got to be perfect fabric. Yeah, my bangs are, I feel like my bangs grew out really fast this time. They're getting in my face. Also, I feel like the lighting is weird in here today for some reason. But it is cold and blustery outside, y'all. It is like windy. We had a big rain. I got an inch and a half of rain last night. And it's blustery and cold today. It's just freezing. It's cold. I know there's areas that get way colder than this, but it's cold for me. I live in the South Georgia. You know, there was a chance of snow, which that didn't happen, but we do get it on occasion. It's rare, but so check out those two groups if those are things you'd be interested in. I also have a blog that has mostly, right now, all I've done are the posts for the Cozy Murder Mystery Cow. I do want to do at least a blog post a week over there. I have a newsletter you can sign up for, but I don't actually do a newsletter anymore. I need to change that. You would actually just get notification when a blog post goes up. I may go back to the newsletter and just kind of shorten it. The newsletter used to be what I did for the week, but it just was getting too much. It was getting too repetitive to me, like, you know. But I'll see what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. But so those things are going on. Also, if you haven't yet, I do have signups still open for the Mini Maker Club for the year. I have about, I actually thought I would have to open more spots this year. That's what I had planned on, but it looks like I'm going to be doing less spots this year, which is fine. That gives me more time to make other bags for the shop, which I know a lot of people have been asking about, and not just the Mini Maker, or the Mini Maker bags. So yeah, I'll have time for more for other bags in the shop, but I have about 15-16 spots left, so I'll go check that out. And I put up leftovers from November and December, and I had a couple of Octobers that I found over there that I still had left over. I don't know why. So they're up in the shop. I also put a bunch of yarn de-stash in the shop recently. I kind of snuck it in. I did do a little Instagram, Facebook announcement, but I don't think I put an announcement on YouTube. I don't know. I forget to do all that stuff, but it's up there if you want to go take a look. I've been de-stashing yarn this year. I need to go through my yarn. I have an Excel file I keep up with my yarn list on. I need to go through it because my goal last year was to cut it in half. I probably did do that, but only because I de-stashed it. Not because I made enough to do that. So I still have plenty of yarn, y'all. Still a ton of yarn. Oh, the wind. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. I know that was a vehicle going by. I thought that was the wind, but sometimes the wind does sound like that. I don't know if it'll pick up that on here or not. But y'all go check that. My shop link is down below. I will have other bags coming up in the shop. I've just got to get them made. I will also have some more fabric scrap. I've got like 4 boxes of fabric scrap over here. I've got to take pictures of and get up on the Etsy shop. I'll get it out in a minute, y'all. Let's drink some more coffee. Okay. So, I think that's it for all of that. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Anybody that's been in the club, I'm technically 2 years behind now, but 2020 and 2021, y'all are supposed to get a patchwork little quilted pouch for free at the end. It was going to be made with the corners of all the fabrics from the year. I've made well, I haven't completely made them, but this is for 2020. Yes, 2020. And this folds in half like this, and then also those, and it'll have a little zipper at the top. Okay. I have got to get those finished. I didn't have quite as many for 2020. Now 2021, I would have a lot. And it takes a long time to sew those 2-inch squares together. And I thought I'd have them done by the end of this month. That's not going to happen. I don't see that happening. But I'm going to send an email out and give you the option to just pick your favorite fabric from the year, your favorite bag from the year, and I'll do a pouch out of that fabric. I have some strips that I've sewn together. So it will still be quilted and all that stuff. It just won't be all these little squares. Okay? Because I know I'm not going to finish all those by the end of the month. I haven't finished these yet, and they were supposed to be finished by the end of December. All those little squares, and this year what I'm doing is I'm going to be sewing those together. I've got them laid over here. They'll get sewed together before I put them up, because what I've been doing is put them in the bag, and I'll work on them later, and later never came. So I'm going to send an email out with that option. I'm going to ask that everybody give me their 3 favorite months. That way, if everybody likes the same month or something for some reason, it'll be the same size as that one. And I can get those done much quicker that way. And I do apologize for that. Last year and the end of the year 2020, it was just not good for me. Which I've talked about it before. I don't want to keep talking about that. So, just bear with me, okay? I am working on it. I promise. Yeah. So I think that's the last thing about shop talk and groups and things like that. Now I'm going to talk about what I'm doing for the year. My goals for the year. My goals for the year are to do more personal making. Last year was majority of the sewing I did was just for the shop. I mean, that was it, and mostly the club. I did get some other bags in there occasionally, but that's most of the sewing I did was for that. I didn't do any personal sewing at all, hardly. Very rarely I did. And as far as my DIY project stuff, that I like to do those every once in a while. Most of the DIY stuff I've been doing is around the house. I had to climb up on my roof yesterday and do some roof patching. Seems to have worked. so that's good. But yeah, so I want to do more of that because I do like the making, and it's just what's happened is I have more of a social life now than I did before. Before I was just here doing stuff or at work. Well, I teach at a college, and it's important to me to keep my social life going. It's something that I missed and something that I enjoy. So I'm starting to get that balanced out and worked out better. So that's good. It's good. Like I said, adult growing pains, right? So my goals for this year is, normally I have a big huge list of stuff that I'm gonna try to accomplish every month, and I used to be pretty good about that because I didn't do anything else. So now I'm trying to tame that down a bit, be more realistic about it with the other things I have going on in my life. So I'm gonna pick a DIY project, a sewing project, and a crochet/knit project to work on for the month, and that is basically what I'm gonna do. I do have a couple of other things over here I'm gonna show y'all. So I'm gonna talk about the DIY project I'm gonna work on this month first. And in my typical podcasts, I do what you call it? I break it into the different groups for this purpose. I'm not gonna do it. So when I do my roundup video at the end of the year, or my Teadoddles talks at the end of the month, end of the year, I'll probably divide it up like that. I'm hoping I'll have more to put in there, right? Because usually I have new purchases and stuff. I'm not gonna be purchasing too much extra crafty stuff this year because I have so much of it. It's just, I don't need to be doing it. I just want to use it. I want to use it up. So I'm sure there'll be some purchases here and there, but just not as much. So for this month, I'm gonna do this handmade paper kit thing I got. So I don't think it comes with a paper. It comes with this dried flowers and the decal. This is called a decal, this little mold thing. And it has a screen and it has some directions in here. I haven't actually opened this yet, but I've made paper before. This I got from a crafty estate sale. I'm gonna try to link that blog post down below. I went to this estate sale with my parents one week, and they're like, let's go to this estate sale. I'm like, okay. I love thrifting. So it turned out that the lady that lived there was a huge crafter. And she had a ton of crafting stuff. I got a bunch of stuff from there, but this is one of the things I got from there. So I'm gonna make some paper and maybe do a little project with it. I used to have a big screen because I was a drafter, and now I teach drafting. So the old prints from work, I would bring them home and I would shred them and I would make paper out of them. I actually have a blog post also that I did about making paper out of your junk mail. Now that paper is more of a art paper you would use for something because it was kind of grayish and it was thick, and it you could probably use it for paper mache and stuff too. But that particular blog post, that's what that was about. The paper that I used was actually, hold on just a second, I probably have a piece of it over here. Okay, I did have a piece of it. This is paper I've made before. You can see the back is a little smoother because of the screen. This one got some, I'm not sure what happened right there. It may be from when it was sitting outside, it got something on it. But this is paper I've made before. And I actually, although that doesn't matter now, I made all my wedding invitations out of handmade paper like this. Saved me a bunch of money. Not that that matters anymore because I'm not married anymore. So, but this is the kind of paper I've made before that is the nicer, because I use the same type of paper. It's like, so for instance, if you print a lot of PDF patterns and you tape them together and you have all those scraps left over, I have a whole bin of that. I'll make paper out of that and it'll be more consistent because it's the same type of paper, if that makes sense. So, since this doesn't come with a paper, I'll be using that paper to make some sheets of paper out of this. And I will use it for scrapbooking and stuff. So that is my DIY project for the month, because it's a very easy one, and I didn't want to get one too complicated because we're halfway through the month already. So, all right, next I have so I have several bins, shoebox bins like this over there, with quilt tops in progress that have been sitting over there for years, and I haven't finished them. So I'm going to pick one each month and try to finish up what's inside. And it's just going to be the quilt top. I won't be quilting it. I have several quilt tops up in that bin that need to be quilted. And I have more. These are other bins and stuff with quilts in progress. So I'm just going to pick one and try to finish it for the month. So this one, there's actually 2 quilt projects, but it won't take much to finish these up if I just do a little bit, you know, every week. So this one is, I actually did a blog post about this one too. If you've ever shopped at the Fat Quarter Shop, they have these stacks of, what are those things called? Because you got the charm, these are mini charms, I think, because they're 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares. And it's just a sampling of a whole fabric line. And I had a bunch of these, and I made a bunch of quilt patches. These are all more vintage looking prints. I have some that are modern that I want to do. And I'll be putting this. This is actually a Tim Holtz fabric. I can't remember which line of fabric it's from, but I have a bunch of these strips already cut. So I just need to cut them and sew them together. This is probably going to be like a lapkin size. It's not going to be a full size quilt or anything like that. So there's that one that's in there. And now the other one that's in here is a Cotton Cuts quilt that I signed up for. If you've never seen Cotton Cuts before, I did one of these year before last. It was a bigger one. This one is a small one, and I think I've only sewed together the first month of blocks. So Cotton Cuts, they send you pre-cut. Everything's pre-cut. You just sew it together, and then you have a quilt at the end, which is fabulous. But as you can see, I've only done one. I have all these. So, but this is a smaller quilt. This is, what size is small quilt? It doesn't say. I don't know what size it is. But I also have already gotten this is for the binding, and I'll go ahead and make that up so it'll be ready whenever I do quilt it. The only thing you don't get is like the batting and the backing fabric when you sign up for these. I'll put a link for that down below. So those are the 2 in this box. But those will be easy to get through because one has the strips already cut, and one I just got to sew strips in between. So that will be 2 quilt tops, 2 small quilt tops. Those will both be a lap size quilt. I think I said lapkin, which is technically not right because it's not crochet right. Or knit. I guess a knit one is called a lapkin still, isn't it? I don't know. All right. Sewing project, DIY project. Crochet project. Did I not pick up a crochet project? Oh. Well, I showed them the last video, but I guess I should bring them out because I forgot to bring them in here. Hold on just a second. Okay. Y'all seen these the last video, but I just felt I should show them just in case there's people who haven't seen them. My goal this month was knit and crochet. I want to finish this scarf that I've been knitting on forever. Yeah, it's just something I started knitting. I wanted to learn the seed stitch, and the rest of it's just regular stockinette or whatever you call it. So I have worked on it some. I just got some left. Just knitting doesn't go as fast for me. This is Mandala Ombre in the color Cool, which I don't even know if they have that anymore. I have some Mandala Ombre for sale in my D-stash in the shop. I think it's more purple colors. It's like a 3-pack. So I really like this yarn actually, but I have so many different yarns to try that I'm kind of going on the basis like, okay, I do like this yarn, but I've already made something out of this yarn. Let's maybe get rid of the rest of it. I think I may have kept one other skein of it or something for another small project. So, yeah. So that is, I want to finish that. And something I'll be continuing to work on throughout the month is my corner to corner. I'm not going to finish this in a month, but I'll just be working on it. And I showed that before. This is all homespun. Just a corner to corner. I have a ton of it to put in here. It's going to be a pretty big blanket when I get done with it. So, and I want to make some hats each month. A crocheted hat each month. I want to knit a hat, but I got to sit down and learn to knit a hat. Knitting never goes as fast for me. But I do have a finished project in crochet also. Well, I got to weave in the ends, but I made a hat over the break. This is a very textured hat. It is, let me see it's supposed to be a slouch hat. It's kind of biggish, but if I put the brim up, I can still wear it, but it just turned out so big. It's supposed to be slouchy. The way they did the brim and stuff, it just seems like it's too slouchy for me personally. But I made it out of this book, one of my new books I got, the One Skein Crochet book. It is this pattern, which I love the color of that pattern. And this book is really good because they give you a diagram if you like those better, and they give you written instructions. So this thread yarn, I'll get it right in a minute. It's holiday pastry puff yarn from Hirschner's. It's very soft. And this is the colorway Evergreen. I have a one that has reds in it too. But yeah, so I did make a hat. Technically I made this last month, so, but I have a whole bag in there of yarns for hats, and I want to, my goal is to donate them. I have several hats in there finished that I need to weave in the ends. I'm gonna get there. So, some other things I have these 2 books. I got this from, this is 52 weeks. So technically I'm supposed to do one a week. I'm behind already. This 52 weeks of dishcloths from Knit Picks. So we're supposed to do a dishcloth a week, which I thought would be fun. The only issue I'm going to have is that many of these are knit, which is not a bad thing. So I'm just going to go from the beginning. So let's see, what are we, 2 weeks in? I may as well pick a third one. This is the first one. It's knit. I'm looking forward to learning new knitting techniques with these. So hopefully they will go faster since it's just a dishcloth. This is just called the slant. And are the first 3 all knit? All knit. Of course they are. That one is Mizra's Hunters. Oh my gosh. I think majority of these are knit. There's some crochets in here, but I think most of these are going to be knit, which is fine. That'll help me learn some new knitting techniques and get my knitting skills better, so to speak. Yeah, I think most of these are knit. I don't know that I'm going to be able to knit one of these a week. I'm going to try. I'm already behind, so we'll see. I'll work on these this evening. We'll see. I am off tomorrow because of the holiday, so we just went back to school. We just went back. Well, the students didn't start back till Wednesday, so they had Wednesday and Thursday with me, and now they won't be back till Tuesday. I had to go back Monday for registration. But then I had this book, Itty Bitty Quilts. Make one a month in here. I was going to do this last year and I didn't get it done, but I'm hoping to get this one done this month, which this month is this snowman, which to me, every time I look at this picture, I know that this is a cloud, but it makes me think it's the snowman's hair, just like a bouffant coming off, or snow lady or whatever. That's what I see every time I look at that picture. So those are some, that's just a little thing to get done. Just have to do it. So those are my goals for the month. Nothing too crazy, because this video is only at 35 minutes, and normally my videos are an hour or better, so nothing too crazy. I do have some things coming up in the shop. I've got some other bags in progress. I've just got to get them finished. Totes and things like that. I'm going to be making some more rope baskets to put in the... I did 2 at one point, because I was going to start doing them, and I never made any more. And they sold, and it's just... I got so much stuff I want to do. It's not enough time. Not enough time in the day. So now, okay, so after this video, I'm going to pick the winner from the last video I did. And I'll be sending you an email, so y'all check your emails. I'm not going to announce them on YouTube, because everybody might not want me to do that. Because the way I do my giveaways, you have to send me an email. My email address is down below. You have to send me an email saying you want to enter this week's or this month's or whatever giveaway it is. I don't know how often I'll do it. Just, I'm not going to set a timeline on it right now, because every time I do, I don't get to stick to it. And you'll be entered to win. I'll pick from those emails, and then I'll send an email to the winner, okay? I don't like having to pick through the comments and stuff, because I can't always get a hold of the person. I have to comment back on their comment. They don't always answer me back, and it's just, if you send me an email, it's easier to get a hold of you. Most of the time. I still have had people who not answer me. So this week, so last week, well, it doesn't matter, because you can't enter that one anymore. You'll have to watch my last video to see what it was. But this giveaway, I'm giving away this Mary Maxim blanket kit. This is the first Mary Maxim kit I ever got, and I got these. I don't know that I think I made 1 or 2 of them. I don't know. This is really pretty, and I really love it. But I have so many other things that I gotta get it going. This is some boucle baby cuddle yarn, is what it is. So it's got a texture to it. It's a lightweight kind of blanket. It does have the blanket pattern in it. But I'm also going to give away this book, which has more blanket patterns in it. The Tucked In Cheek and Cozy Blankets from the staff of Knit Picks. So this is one of my dollar books I got in my books I ordered. So it's got a lot of pretty blanket patterns in it. And so that's what's the giveaway this month. That's what this video giveaway is. Okay. I'm trying to do, my goal this year, another goal for me is to do at least 1 video a week and 1 blog post a week. So my next video, I'm going to get back into doing the previews for the Mini Maker Club. I think people really love that. So that is coming up. What's today? Sunday? It's kind of the beginning of the week. I look at it as the beginning of the week. Some people look at Monday as the beginning of the week. So, you look at it however you want to. There's a video coming up for that. So, if you want this kit and book, my email is down below. Please send me an email and tell me you would like to be entered in this video's giveaway. And everything is provided by me and shipped by me. Nobody sponsored it. You have to say that kind of stuff, because I don't know, because the world is crazy. But alright, I think I'm done for now. Oh, I was going to show you, well, since it's not just for this month, I know one of those dishcloths is going to be made out of this. This is one of those little dollops from Yarn Bee. Also a clearance thing I got. First one I'm going to try out with this one. So, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully these go faster than my other knitting projects because they just take longer. Although I did knit a whole sweater, y'all. I did. I wore it the other day. It took me 2 years, but I did it. All right. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all remember to have a life lived creatively, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.